Good evening, everyone, and welcome. We are Random Encounter Productions. I'm Cody Stone, and with me tonight we have
Pixie playing Cosmo, the Starfallen BPRD agent from the Hellboy system.
And Jen Giggles playing the Hilda, the Kitsune Fiendbinder.
I'm Meg, and I'm playing Norda, the Void Genasi Lunarchist.
I'm Andrew, and I'm playing Porthos, the Rattling Warden of your heart.
I'm Eco, and I'm playing River, the Animist Magi.
Of my heart.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome. This is Ultensia, our third-party panic game here on Friday nights at Rep RPG. So this is a D&D 5e actual play, but very important rule. All of our characters and myself as the GM have brought third-party published materials from a wide variety of companies here to demonstrate the flexibility of the system and highlight some other really awesome creators. And so we've been having a great time. Thank you all for being here with us. If you are interested in knowing more about any of these systems, classes, books, or settings, or anything along those lines, join our Discord. We all hang out in there. Everybody's very nice and super willing to answer questions. So definitely check that out. Other than that, do we have any announcements for tonight?
I'm restocking the dice shop this weekend for another push. I will also be rolling with some of my homemade dice tonight. I have these teal ones that are from my new Fox mold. They have a little fox head on my logo on the face of the D20 instead of a 20. And the Buy a Little Magic by Pride dice. They're pink and purple and blue and sparkly, and they are a found family set, which means none of them match completely, but they all work harmoniously together anyway. They're like all from different like pores, and we like that here. And I am going to be adding the Translucent Twilight to the shop, which is possibly the most beautifully polished set we've ever done, because it just, I mean, they shine. They like, we learned finally how to use the buffing compound in just exactly the right way this past week. And they're beautiful, and depending on how well they do will determine their price later tonight. And we've got some chunks, but I will drop you over in the shop in a few minutes here. All of that funding goes toward I have to go out of town this coming week for my little brother's wedding, so any and all funding from those dice sales goes towards like gas and food and hotels and stuff for that trip, because obviously that's important to me. Cause I like him. So, dice and stickers and mystery bags. Oh my!
All right. Anybody else?
Jen, you can go. Yeah, I was like waiting for the.
Yeah. Yep. I'm on tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time for a Pathfinder game. We're finishing up the starter box over on the Transverse here on Twitch. Check me out on the Game Master for the game, and we've got a pretty fun team that's going to be playing with me, and we'll be moving into the rest of the campaign soon.
That's really cool. That's awesome. Okay, so that I think that covers all of our announcements. If there is nothing else, let's jump in.
Yes. Just wanted to say, you're looking very handsome this evening. And, I think we were all talking about it before you got on the call. Just what a delight, what an awesome dude you are.
An honor,
we were singing, we were singing your praises of your restraint.
Yeah. Chad, if you can confirm that
your kindness.
Yes.
Yeah. Just that.
You're so merciful. You're just such a great
so
guy.
merciful,
kind and gentle
so
God.
merciful.
Genuinely, we do not deserve. We are unworthy.
All praise.
All praise.
Just wanted to
Listen. You damaged my beautiful majestic tail last game. I'm killing your monster this game.
Shut up, Andrew! I will mute him!
You're supposed to be a brown noser.
God damn it!
You know what? That's fair.
Porthos pals
It
will
would be,
know, man.
Okay, so are Aramis or Athos available? Perhaps, because I feel like we need a different rat.
Shut up, Voodoo.
Voodoo! You're nut. How
Somehow he
about
has power word kill already.
Well,
He died.
Listen, if rocks fall, everyone dies.
Is that a finger of death I see?
That's the point. You won't see it. It'll just penetrate you.
You guys look,
Thanatos
and Porthos
comes
is dead.
quietly.
well, let us.
It just slipped
jump
out. I'm
in.
sorry.
So, our adventure takes place in Oltensia, a planet dripping with magical energy, so much so that it has torn the world asunder, and only 10 megacities remain. Here we are beneath Decatopolis, Decaopolis, the 10th of 10 final megacities, a place that has been inundated with a shape-shifting, mind-altering presence, an evil that has absorbed at least a third of the city, if not more, known as the Baleful. In an effort to press back this encroaching evil and perhaps to gain favor with the powers that be within the city and chase down some prizes, our heroes have descended into the Undercity to this library. They have run afoul of some Screevers, which are baleful entities possessed but yet abandoned by the consciousness of Baal Bapurpin. They have also come across cultists of the Peerless Eye and a cult worshipping a great dark entity of eyeballs, or just eyeballs in general. They have a habit for pulling them out of people and sticking them on doors or walls or hockey sticks or just really wherever. So, avoiding those detections, our heroes made it into the library, retrieving a variety of books for their, I'll say, patron for this adventure, Sathrian, a Yuanti of selling things. That's it. Brain's doing great tonight, kids.
A
We're gonna
curio
kill it.
snake.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. On their way out, they had run across the cultists of the Peerless Eye, about 13 individuals, chanting and summoning forth a great evil of eldritch nature, and attempting to stop the ritual. They were able to slay a number of them, but 5 of the cultists sacrificed themselves, leaping into the reality warped floor to meet their great entity. And as our heroes were preparing to leave, the portal seemingly closed. The floor began to shake and thunder, and suddenly bursting forth were 5 massive tentacles. And it is there we are going to begin by flipping for initiative.
Speaking of third-party content, you want to tell them where we got the flipping for initiative mechanic?
Sure. So there is a card flipping mechanic for initiative done in Deadlands, and that's the back of the card.
No, it's not.
Well,
Sorry, I thought you were. Sorry, go. Also, if we can type
Yeah,
them, we
thank
can also
you.
type them in our chat and organize ourselves there. I realize, just in case we can't see them well. 'cause of
2
glare.
doesn't count, and the 3 is not much better. So, you guys get to go first. Tentacles are going last.
Tentacles are going last is a sentence I don't care for. Thanks.
Wheel.
No wheel. Oh, hey, look at us kind of going in order.
Cool.
Almost. Andrew and Jen switched, but everyone almost typed their fucking initiative in order in this chat. That was very cool. Let's go.
All right, who's up first?
Your card's letter-based?
Norda. So she's going to.
Jack, King, Queen. You're pretty.
She's gonna see the tentacles, and she drops her stance. She drops the Quan of air, and is going to start going through almost like some of the airbending from the Avatar movie that we don't talk about.
Okay.
That kind of move, but it's very circular. Maybe it's more like Tai Chi, and it sort of like is focusing from her center, and she's going to restore balance. So she's done for now.
Okay. So that is her action to restore balance. Who is up next?
I am up next. So we do not get a surprise round, I'm guessing, because he just exploded all over us. That's fine.
If anything,
Shut up. If anything, what?
I was gonna say he surprised you, but go ahead.
Yeah,
You're good.
it's
Keep
fine.
going.
I am going to. We're just gonna accept that there's gonna be a lot of hentai adjacent discomfort tonight, and we all just have to get on with it. Cool. So I am going to just try to smack him. It's one of my handmade chunks. Ooh. No. Bonus action, because semi-automatic, I am going to take another shot. Way fucking better. Okay. 23 to hit.
23 does hit. Yeah.
God damn it, Sway. Alright, 3d10.
So does your ability say that the creature has to be surprised, or that you have to go before them?
No, the other one is when you surprise a creature, I can make an additional attack and dash as a bonus action in the first round of combat, but this was not a surprise.
Yep.
So I was just taking the semi-automatic thing that you said.
Yep.
That is going to be 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna stay right the fuck where I am, on top of him. Let's go.
Okay. So you are remaining in melee with the tentacle, one of the tentacles, because they are of such great size.
Yes.
That
the size of a F-150.
Ford
Like,
F-150.
that's Ford F-150. That's
is how
we've established that's the tip of a tentacle.
This is the monster you guys should have fought in 3-hour tour.
In 3-hour tour, yeah. If you haven't watched the one shot that Meg ran us through, that just we accidentally fucked with all of her plans. This is a reference to that.
Okay. Great. 12 points of damage. Who's up next? Go for it.
It is I.
Yeah, boy.
They're on the other side of the giant tentacle, right?
Yes.
I
like to
am
think
on
I'm
the farthest
riding
side.
one, but it's fine.
Not yet.
Crazy.
We'll get there.
Boom. Alright, so, is there numerous tentacles? Is there a core, or is it just 5 tentacles that came out?
So-
There's no core, right?
So they are close together, but you can tell they aren't. You cannot see the core.
Okay. So it's still coming out?
Yes, it is still protruding up from the floor. There is a sort of central area where that chant was happening. That's where they've exploded out of. So the cluster of them across is about 50 feet. So you figure each one of them is like a 10-foot diameter tentacle.
So it's like the original Borderlands vault monster.
Kind of, yes, but you don't see
because
the
you never saw a mouth. You just saw the tentacles.
I think in the second half. Anyway, it is just the tentacles of it.
Okay.
Yep.
It doesn't look like it's coming out, though. Do I need to roll for that to see if it's still pulling itself out, or is it just kind of thrashing around?
It hasn't really had a chance to establish any course of action. It's just sort of burst out and is flailing at the moment. You guys have started attacking it. So it hasn't like grabbed onto anything. It hasn't started pushing or pulling anything yet. You're faster than it at this moment.
So I guess what I'm getting at is if I use my mark on it, is it the entire monster or is it just the tentacle that would be marked right now?
Because of the way I'm tracking the hit points on these, it is each tentacle individually. I'm gonna treat it as an individual tentacle.
That's okay. I just want to make sure that I'm not like going like the whole thing is this way.
Right. Maybe if it's like eyes were out and it could see you or something like that,
Yeah.
then but as it stands, we're gonna do them. We're treating them like 5 separate foes, enemies.
You got it. Okay, so then I'm gonna go ahead and use my name. I'm gonna use my Warden's Mark on him. And I am going to just start hitting him with attacks. Like whatever tentacle is near me at this point, I'm just gonna start swinging on.
Cool. I'm gonna start numbering the tentacles just in the order you guys have hit them.
Thank you.
Or started. So we have tentacle 1 that is closest to Norda. Tentacle 2 was shot by Cosmo, and now Warding's Mark on tentacle 3. Oh, 5 of them, 5 of you. Oh, that works out. Oh, I like that. That's nice.
How nice.
Yeah.
That is a 10 and a 17 to hit.
10 does not hit, 17 does hit. Arm class of 15, as the 10 just comes gashing into it. It's got a thick, rubbery, slick sort of skin to it. So that one just doesn't bite deep enough. But roll damage for me.
14, maxed out.
Nice. Nicely done. 14. Go does math. Great. Anything else, Porthos?
That is it for this round.
Cool. Who's up next? Go for it.
All right. So, Hilda is going to cast Firebolt at it. As
Okay.
a just shock, boom, cast Firebolt.
Yeah, sounds good.
That's a 20 to hit.
A 20. Yeah, absolutely.
$17 damage.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, the damage sets it off, burns across the surface. It does have that slick membrane, but that just lights it up. Absolutely. So normal damage on everything so far, just in case people are trying to track resistances. Nothing seems to be particularly bad or good. Anything else, Hilda?
I'm gonna try and I mean, right now, no.
Okay. That's okay. The no can be the answer. Okay, we're going to stick with that. That sounds good. Last but not least, River.
So River is just gonna cast magic armor on herself,
Okay.
just preemptively. Gives me a
Well,
17 AC instead of a 13.
I believe that lasts 8 hours, and I thought you had cast it before the Screamers fight.
Was it last 8 hours? I did cast it before the Scrapers fight. I thought it only lasted. I might have misunderstood how long it lasted then.
We're going to say 8 hours even if it doesn't, because that's what regular mage armor does. So we're just
Yeah, it's
gonna...
concentration up to 5 minutes. Usually,
Oh, is that it?
Spell. Mhm.
Wow. That's all right. We'll deal with that later. Okay, so you cast mage armor. We'll stick with the rules. Thank you. That sounds good.
Okay.
Anything else?
And I'll just use the bonus action to recharge some magic.
Okay. Bonus action, recharging magic. It is tentacle time. I know.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
Exactly. Everybody.
Oh,
was
and to
waiting for
establish, River was never up on the portal. Just for clarification. She
Oh yeah, no,
already
she was
standing
ranged,
there.
right? She was. Yeah, I remember that being a thing.
Yeah.
Take us both. She doesn't have to go there. She's ranged. I'm ranged. I only went up there to do magical investigating shit, and now I'm here. So like, you know.
From what I understand, Hilda and River are at range. The other three of you are in melee.
Just in the tentacles.
Not
Before
yet.
the tentacles can be in us.
We're working on it.
That's what they
So.
say at Bad Dragon when they ship.
You and
Good to
Sway are
know.
both grounded. Both of you fucking grounded, okay? Grounded. I would like to tell our new follower and viewer that it's not always like this, but I'd be lying to you. It's always like this. Love it.
Yeah, it is. Sorry.
It's not me this time.
Especially
It's
on
not
Friday
you
nights.
this
It's
time.
whatever show is in the Friday night slot, whether it's Lamplighters, Vampire, or this. The Friday energy at Rep has always been, always, raunchy as fuck, Rep After Dark. Like, it's just, there's no laws.
This is panic.
That's
I'm
two.
panicked.
We're level 5. We're level 5. I just need to
This is
remind
panic
the
for me.
audience and the Dungeon Master that we're level 5.
But you guys do have far more hit points than a level 5 character does,
True.
because you can take injuries and stay up
Right, I forgot
and
about that.
re-roll. So if you, when you go to 0, you're actually not unconscious unless you choose to be. You can continue to stand up and fight. So that is one of the rules that we're utilizing. Just a reminder for everybody out there. So tentacle time, like I was saying, is going to, they start flailing about, and let's see, there's 3 of you in melee, so those are going to attack each of you.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. Fantastic. Couldn't have asked for anything.
Fucking
better
inflatables
than
hoop power,
this,
man.
Yep.
Said you needed 5 tentacles. We got you.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. So, tentacles to hit. It is a 22 against Cosmo, a 16 against Norda, and a 23 against Porthos.
Oh,
Yeah, I think that hits.
Okay.
No, not crab people, tentacle people. But you're close, Meep. Crabs would be this.
thank God.
That would be clip.
All right. Everybody that got hit, you are taking 14 points of bludgeoning damage. And blah blah blah. You are grappled. So no disadvantage on your actions, but you cannot move until you use an action to escape.
Repelled.
Yes. Then I would like everyone, even those who are not in melee, to make a wisdom saving throw, DC 17. As you all hear in your mind's eye a shuddering sort of scream that comes not echoing through the air but reverberating through the ground, as though a tremendous bass, it's felt in the chest more than it's heard in the ears, and it is a great sort of noise. And even though it is scream adjacent, you know it's a laugh. Terrifying, cryptic, angry laugh. If you succeed, who succeeded? Anybody
Dirty
succeed?
20.
Nice.
Plus 7 on
What
those
was the
wisdom
limit again?
saves, man.
17. DC is 17.
Oh, I just hit it then. I thought it was 18.
Nice. Okay. So it is 26 points of damage, psychic damage if you failed, 13 if you succeeded.
For transparency, I'm resistant to psychic, so 13.
Yes, 26 to 13, or 13 down to 7. We round up in this house.
You I would like to just real quick, as some of you have seen before, Cosmo is her skin has begun to look as though the night is trying to reclaim her, as her void black blood is oozing out of her eyes and ears and nose and anywhere she's been squeezed, and I went from not bloodied to almost dead very quickly just then.
Okay.
So I'm definitely bloodied, so let's do that.
So when you cross the bloody threshold, you are injured.
Yep.
We are gonna call this one. Let's see. Winded.
Oh, are you giving out injuries? You can
I
give me one
am.
after
Who
Yeah,
all needs an
that's-
injury?
Yeah.
No, you can give me one of those. That's cool.
Spicy. So winded, what do
Okay.
I do?
It's half our hit points, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, not there yet.
Nope, I
Great.
did the math and yep.
Try harder, scrub.
So a winded reduces your movement speed by 5 feet, and it gives you a disadvantage on any check to hold your breath, anything along those lines.
Cool.
You are not suffocating at this point. It's a level 1 injury,
Got it.
very light, and then they will stack up
Got it.
as they go.
Thanks.
Uh,
Question, because we haven't done this.
Yes.
If I were healed back up past bloodied and then drop back down and bloodied again, would I take a second level 1 or would it automatically be a level 2?
You and the next time you get injured, it will be a level
No
1,
matter what,
whether
no matter
it's
where
more-
I'm at. Okay.
no
That's
matter
good to
what.
know.
Yeah.
Okay,
Um,
that for tactic reasons, I needed to know if that mattered. If we have to, because I would rather heal up a little to keep getting lesser injuries as opposed to keep getting fucking hit down. So that's helpful. Thank you.
Right. The idea is anytime what's half your hit points? Total.
18.5.
Great. Round it up to 19. Anytime you take 19 damage, that's your damage threshold.
Got it,
That
cool.
should be when you take
Squishy. Cool.
an injury.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay. Cool. The other 2 tentacles, because the 3 of them have ripped out and grabbed the 3 of you. The other 2 sort of wacky wavy flail, and those of you that are not grappled have a very easy time seeing that the tentacles begin popping eyes out of them to see, as it is. Here's a niche reference for anybody that liked Naruto. The weird village guy with the arm with all the eyes on it. It's that. Congrats.
That guy was a jerk.
That guy was a jerk. Anybody with eyes on their arms is a jerk. I feel safe saying that. I'm gonna go on a bold stance.
Killed an entire village of people just to get eyes on his arms.
Yep. Just to get eyes on his arms.
I need us to know that includes the guy from My Hero. So, you said
Which one?
anyone. The one who can grow extra limbs, he regularly has eyes up on his hands there.
He's got him on appendages.
He's
not
got
on
his
his
arms. He puts them on his arms.
Anyways.
Don't
All right.
don't put that
Eyeballs.
evil
You
on me,
blanket
Ricky Bobby.
statemented. I'm just trying to,
Twisting me. Stop it. So that is it for the tentacles. New round. Flip a card.
No.
So do we shuffle that back in?
No,
No.
discard
Or-
discard
no.
deck.
Okay.
So that you have
Okay,
to
okay.
play, you will have to draw every card in your deck at one point or other during this initiative until you have to reshuffle, and then yeah. So that's it.
Anybody below a 5? Awesome. Tentacles continue to go at the bottom, but my question is, who is at the top?
I am at the top apparently. Cool.
Before it.
All right. So yeah, me, Andrew, Meg, Jen, and Eco. Cool. So fuck this guy. This is gonna hurt. I am going to get in trouble with my agency any fucking moment now. Fuck. Give me a sec. Yeah, Sure. Why the fuck not? I grab because it doesn't seem like this guy is having any problems whatsoever with us. Grab my mystic sigil off. She rips this thing out and yanks it, crushing the sigil in her hand and destroying it. When I destroy one of my relics, it's a fucking risk. It's bad, but it's the only thing that's gonna help for a minute. So, destruction. Your attacks deal an additional 2d8 radiant damage for 1 minute.
Okay.
And it's a one-time per game, y'all, so you need to know that's like not session, game, campaign. This relic no longer exists. I have to cross it off of my list of things I can bring with me. So, let's hope
it is possible to replace them,
or
but
repair
that require,
them.
or
I'm
repair
hoping,
them, but that
yeah.
requires.
It's gonna be some time
own
and yeah,
effort.
because fuck, I was hoping that it was giving me a +1 on my AC. Ooh, nice. So that is 19, 20, 21 to hit on the first one. I'm gonna roll both attacks now, and ooh, it is a natural 1. However, with my monkey paw, which was my reliquary I picked, you may reroll 1s on attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks. So I'm going to reroll that with a 13 plus 4, so 17 to hit on the second one.
17 hits.
Yes! So that's gonna be 2d10 plus for each.
Was it a bonus action to crush the reliquary? The
It
ward?
doesn't say, it just says you can choose to destroy it. So I didn't know if
Okay.
it was bonus action or just free.
That's fine. We'll do it as free for now,
Great,
and
awesome.
we'll look it up later.
Cool, thank you. So I will do my first attack was, so that's 7 points of bludgeoning damage, and I would like to see how he reacts to the 2d8 of radiant, plus 12 radiant damage.
Total that up for me,
20.
or tell me 20. Okay.
20.
Radiant seems to hurt him just as much as fire,
cool.
or
Excellent.
bullets, or swords.
Second attack was a 5 plus 5, 10.
Does not hit.
No, damage.
Oh,
It already
10
hit.
damage.
I already
Okay.
rolled to hit, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Second bullet slams into him. Seems to work.
For transparency, I have 7 shots per reload, 7 rolls per reload, and I have done 4 of those. So
Okay.
I will have to reload partway through next round or whatever, or only get 1 shot. So just so you're aware that I'm aware, I know my bullet limit.
Sounds good. Who's next?
It's me.
All right.
It's an action to get out of restraint, right?
Yes. It's grappled.
They're just grappled, yeah.
Yeah,
oh,
not
it's just
restrained.
grappled.
Yep. Oh, it's just grappled.
Well.
Still pretty good.
It's not a great thing to be in.
So I still have. Let's just get out of the grapple. That's fine.
Okay, yeah, make a athletics or acrobatics check to escape grapple.
That's a 17.
17 is exactly what you need. You rat sort of burrow your way out. You come sliding down the side of the tentacle. You land near the central cluster on the edge of that bored hole. Anything else, Porthos?
Oh, that's my action. That's all I got.
Okay, sounds good. Who's next?
Oh wait,
Wait,
backtrack.
wait.
I'm gonna use a health pot with my
Okay.
bonus action.
Sounds good.
I don't remember what was it? Is it how many?
2d4 plus 2. You guys, they were normal.
Okay, you can go.
Awesome.
I have a question about marked really quick.
Yes.
Does that mean it has disadvantage if it hits anyone besides him?
Yes.
But does that stop if we hit it?
There can no.
Okay. Okay, I'm good. Thank
Cool.
you.
Who's next?
I don't know who's next.
Norda.
It should be Norda.
I know. I'm good. Thank you.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
you're
that's
just not
that's
taking.
that's
Okay,
your
got
turn.
it. That's fine.
I'm restoring the balance.
Got it.
I apologize.
Then Jim.
Thank you.
Okay. Gonna do the same thing as last time and hit it with a firebolt. With a,
All right, let's do it.
$18.
Hits.
Thank you. Thank you for translating.
7 damage.
7 damage. Sounds good. The fire bursts across it. This one is... A number of them look a bit bloody. The 2 that have the eyeballs have been untouched. The one that Cosmo has been shooting is looking terrible. Who's next? I believe River?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
So, I guess River's gonna say fuck it. Because by her math, it's worth it. She's gonna do a healing aura. And that will affect everybody. I'm gonna cast it as a bonus action. Or no, I can cast it as an action. Excuse me. So everyone's gonna get, as long as I'm within 30 feet, which if I need to move, I can to make that effect.
Okay. Yes, you can get all of them. You'll have to move forward about 10 feet. What's the range? 30 feet?
30, yeah.
Okay, then you'll have to move forward about 20 feet to catch everybody. But yeah, you can do that. You're just outside of melee range of the base of those tentacles. You can see Porthos on the other side, sort of weaving around them.
Awesome. Okay, so let me do math.
If you carry the 1, divide it by 2. And then square root of 69.
The minute
Nice.
square roots start entering
Nice.
my Dungeons and Dragons, I'm quitting this hobby for good. No.
I'm not gonna lie, I had the math and you said square root, and my brain said, huh?
Andrew,
So I
you're gonna
Yeah.
hurt our healing.
you.
We're trying to stay alive.
I just wanted to say 69 and then nice.
Everyone gets 39 points of healing.
Cosmo
Heard.
proposes on
Stay
the spot.
alive.
Good God! Like holy shit!
River just stands with her staff in the air. She's like, kill it!
And I'm up. Okay. Huh.
Alright, and I will use my bonus action to get some of my points that I now have 0 of. Yay.
This class is dope as fuck.
Here's a question, because I've never encountered it in my games.
Okay.
With my temporary hit points I had,
Yes.
when I lose those, but then get healed, do I go back up or do I just cap at my max?
You cap at your max.
Cap
Unless it's like a beginning of your turn, you get more of these temporary hit points back. No. Yeah.
And it's very rare that temporary hit points stack with other temporary hit points, just so you know. So it would replace, you replace it with whatever the higher was.
There is, I think, like Hero's Feast increases the maximum number of hit points that
Yeah.
you have,
And-
which
and
Which
Which
then you
those
could
can
heal
be
up to.
healed.
Yeah. So like if we had
And-
10 extra hit points that were not temporary, that was limit, we could heal up to that for the.
But it is very specific about.
Makes note to multi-class and to anything that gets us Heroes Feast. Cool. Like.
There you go. All right. Anything else, River? You used your bonus action to recover some spell points, and then we are back over to La Tentacle.
Nope.
Awesome. So the tentacles are going to the ones with eyes take a quick like scan around, and one of them is going to attack the wall. Those of you that are not grappled can make a history check.
Bet.
Or just an intelligence check. Yeah, Porthos, you're like, it's not attacking you. That's all you care about at this moment.
12.
The building is going to fight back. Perfect.
Okay.
I got a
21.
23.
21, 23. Okay. Yeah, so Norda, you get sort of the vague idea where that it's driving itself towards that back hallway where the elevator was, or at least where the elevator would go up to.
Can we get it to the second floor and just kill it? Like,
So the other two of you who are very familiar with the layout of the library, right? It pierces the wall and it sort of shreds it. And anybody that's not grappled sort of has a moment where you feel the wind pull against it, right? Where that vacuum had been created. The creature seems unbothered. And so that's one of the eyes. It sort of, you can see it kind of hook. Like it's starting to pull. You can kind of feel it begin to move. The other one with eyes is going to... everybody roll me a percentile.
77.
58.
Okay.
49.
31.
31.
Thank you.
68.
Okay.
1 point off
I know.
from the crit. That's a crit in my game.
What's up?
So Cosmo, you rolled the highest, right? 77?
Yeah.
The tentacle with the eyes sort of creeps over around you
How'd that
as though it is examining you. Then the tentacle that's holding you is going to fall. It's going to start to pull back out of the thing. It does sort of batter you against the floor of the library as it goes. So it's going to make an attack roll for that. That is going to be a 23 to hit.
Yeah.
That hits, and 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
I'm going to use one of my reactions
Yes.
to bamf over to it.
Yes.
Oh, 17 to hit.
17 hits.
Nice.
Yeah.
9 points of bludgeoning.
Absolutely.
Oh wait, no, I get 2. What the fuck am I doing? And a dirty 20,
Mhm.
and that is 8 points.
You get 2 attacks on the opportunity attack.
It just says I can. Well, it's okay,
So it's a single attack.
but I have 2 attacks per action, per attack.
Right. That's not the attack action that you're
It's not the
taking.
attack action. It's just
It's
the
a
reaction.
reaction attack. Yeah, it's only one hit.
It's the one. But yeah, so that is but you can do it anytime they take damage, basically.
Yeah, no.
Awesome. So the 9 points of damage is actually enough as you slam your fist into the tentacle. It the creeping slick body of it sort of rips and tears, and you can see the cartilage underneath. It slacks out around Cosmo, and even though the base tries to like move the tentacle, the rest of it is limp. So that tentacle is down.
I hate this thing.
The one by Porthos is going to attack Porthos. And There we go. That is a 24 to hit and 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
I will go to that one, and I will
You would
hit.
like to do the thing. Sounds good.
Listen, I wanted
That's the man.
17.
That's the
That's
thing.
the whole fucking point of this.
Yeah.
Sevening bludgeoning. Sevening?
Okay. Sevening. Sounds good. That's Porthos. Okay, and the
In
third
my
one.
mind, she's become Chow Yun Fat in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. There's
Mhm.
one arm behind the bag, and she's just dodging and moving and 1-inch punching.
Okay, this one is going to try to attack you. Oh no, I apologize. It's gonna hit. It's gonna attack Cosmo again because it saw Cosmo.
Hello.
That is a natural 19, so that is gonna hit.
Fuck off.
But that is a terrible 7 points of damage.
One more time.
Do it.
Hey,
lot
guess
of
what?
damage.
I still take another fucking injury. Please.
7 to it.
7. Thank you.
How much did you take?
Enough to
hello,
drop me
Norda.
back down to
Bye, Norda.
19. So.
All right. Your staggering blow, so that's a -1 on your attack rolls, saving throws, and AC.
Cool.
That is it for the tentacles. Those of you that are not grappled, I would like you to make me perception check.
I am no longer grappled, correct? Because it died.
No, the new one grappled you because it hit you.
19.
Okay.
I don't think a 2, no matter how much I add to it, it's going to do anything good, so.
Is there no contest
15.
against the grapple after it makes its attack, or is it just an automatic grapple?
It's an automatic grapple.
Okay, I was just curious.
That's
Yeah.
my stripper name in college.
Yeah, one target hit damage, and if the target is a creature, it is grappled.
Okay.
Until the grapple ends, Horror can't use the tentacle against other targets. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. What did everybody else roll?
15.
15?
19.
19? Okay. Anybody that rolled above a 13, you see at the entrance to the library this undead feminine figure, skin sort of grayish and purple to black ombre hair that sweeps back. Her skin is one part immaculate, but that unsettling sort of preserved, it like in the coffin sort of skin. Standing there at the end, a smart sort of pantsuit that looks very kind of business-like, not high-end business, but what really catches your eye is the pair of glasses that are sort of sitting low on her nose, and this looks like a librarian of some form. That is it. New card.
To know all my low cards are on the top of my deck. Jesus Christ.
Bad guys are on an ace. Anybody else on an ace?
Well, it's about to ask the chat if we thought that they were also villains or not, and then he said bad guys, plural, instead of just tentacles, so I think we answered our question.
He always says bad guys.
My guys are bad guys.
So that female form came out of the center, right?
The female form came out of the air.
Okay.
Came out of the dust of the debris created by the tentacle shattering the wall.
But it's not in the center. It's against it. Yeah.
It's like 60 feet away by the front doors.
So Porthos wasn't wrong. The building's about to attack the tentacle monster.
Yeah.
We'd like to hope.
We'll find out. So, one tentacle continues to shatter the wall, and you watch as it sort of, the one with the eyes has kind of wrapped around something, and then in this grand sweeping motion, like hooks the wall and just starts shredding cinder block and steel and all of the structure of this as it comes pulling back. And you see wrapped around it is that second, maybe the third, you're not quite sure, but essentially that pocket dimension that held that room is wrapped in its tentacle, and it has a hold of it. The other eye does something similar and smashes into the wall. I would like everyone that is not grappled to make a dexterity saving throw as the debris comes flying at all of you.
19.
Success. Looking for a 14.
22.
You said 14?
Yeah.
On target.
Nice. All right. So it's 8 points of damage if you failed, 4 points if you succeeded. Cosmo, you are wrapped up.
Yeah,
so
no shit.
It doesn't. So
Are
it
the
doesn't.
tentacles taking that 8 points as well?
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
I automatically fail. Like I'm not. Yeah.
No, you automatically succeed because it's providing cover for
Oh,
you,
okay,
basically.
got it.
We're being
Yeah.
So the
insulated
tentacles
in a
are
little
getting hit by it instead of us, basically.
tentacle arena.
Yeah.
Okay, that's. I was just making sure. I just wanted.
Exactly. Yeah. No, if you are grappled, the tentacles are taking that damage for you. They're very big. It also doesn't seem to care about its tentacles very much.
Got more to spare underneath.
The remaining 2 tentacles are going to put the squeeze on both of you. So we'll call it a Constitution saving throw for the 2 grappled people, please.
Oh, hey, I took damage.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I hit.
Go for it.
Fuck. A 26 will hit.
It absolutely does.
9 points.
9 points of damage to 1, 3, 4, or 5.
1.
Okay, sounds good.
6.
Okay. Porthos,
I rolled a 26.
you succeed. On a success, you take half damage. That is 5 points of damage. 10 points on the fail. And go ahead. Norda, yeah.
Everybody took damage that last one.
Yes.
So I'm just
On
gonna
a-
hit all
Go for it.
3. Well, the other 2, excuse me.
Sounds good.
22 hits. That's fuck me. 7
Okay.
and natural 20.
Nice.
Are you for 9?
Okay.
Because I rolled a 1 and a 3.
No.
Okay. So that was the girls, and then I'm gonna do the one for. I'll hit 1 and 3.
Sounds good.
No. 12.
12 does not hit. AC of 15.
16 will hit.
Okay.
Fuck you! Come on! 6 points.
All right. Sounds good. That is it for Les Tentacles. The new one that has Cosmo begins to pull down, gets her on the next turn. It would be able to take her through the floor. So
Let it take me. I'll at least learn where it is and come back and haunt you guys and tell you some stories. I'll learn a lot of knowledge.
This is what she'd want.
It's actually fair.
what
I
would
will say, however, at one twisted ankle away from hitting 0, all of Cosmo's skin is the blacks and purples and dark blues of the night sky and the effect is so unnerving and eerie, and it's that almost the only things you can see left of her are the constellations on her skin. And she is so fucking close.
Don't you have a healing potion?
Have I had a minute to drink it? Like,
Does it take a whole minute to drink one?
no, we haven't had it. I got hit most of that in the last round.
Oh.
I don't know that I'll have
Yeah.
a chance, is my point.
Well, it is one of your turns. Who's up first?
Mine.
Go for it, Jen.
I am going to ignore the tentacles unless I'm
Okay.
allowed to do multiple things. I'm going to fly to Cosmo because I've got a fly speed of 40.
Okay.
Catch Cosmo's hand and rip her out of the tentacle.
Sounds good. Make a athletics check. I'll give you advantage because you are flying and can pick the angle at which you are pulling her.
Dirty 20.
Absolutely, yeah. You grab a hold of Cosmo's arm and you squeeze. There's a moment where you feel like it might succeed, and holding on to her is like one of those little like suction cups kind of catches on her jacket, and then it rips away in a sort of noise.
And once she slides out for my bonus action, because that's all it takes, I'm
Mhm.
pouring a potion of healing down her throat.
Awesome.
Hey, thanks.
Sounds good.
Do you want to
yeah,
roll it?
I have never understood why it was like potions were like a drinking thing. That doesn't make sense. As far as I understand, it should be like magic hydrogen peroxide,
Well,
right?
let's make
Like
it that then.
it
This
should
is
be
your
I just
world.
pour it on you.
This is your world,
Yeah.
buddy. Let's go.
Yeah.
How many?
Because
Gotta
that's
get it
faster than drinking.
Yeah.
And like if the wound listen, outside alcohol for outside wounds, inside alcohol for inside wounds.
I like
That's-
to think in this realm it's like a med pack from the
It's
Star Wars
actually
games.
any of them.
Yeah.
It is any
They
of
just
them we
stab
want it
themselves
to
in the
be
leg.
because it's
Just a whole
Altensia.
syringe
Yeah.
to stab yourself
Mhm.
with.
You accidentally
Oh,
pulled
exactly.
out legitimately, it's just a tourniquet, and you're like, that's not helpful right now. How much was it, by the way?
Is it 2 or 4?
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. In which case it's 9.
Thank you.
Nicely done.
Cool.
Okay,
Then I believe it is my turn.
go for it.
Yay. Oh my god, I do match your nails, Voodoo. Yeah, that's basically what she looks like right now.
Wait,
No,
no,
It's
it's
Meg's
me.
turn.
It's me and Meg.
Or
I misread. I'm so sorry. It totally is. I'm
You're
good.
good.
Thank you.
All good.
so Andrew, you're up. Andrew?
I know. I'm trying to think because right now, that thing has not pulled itself all the way out. The core of it's still inside of the portal, right?
Yes, and from what you can tell, once it's made a couple of realizations, and it seems to not be trying to pull itself here. It started to try to pull things from
Into
there
it.
to it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, that changes game plan. I was about to dive headfirst into that thing. I'm gonna be real with you. But I don't know how to get back to the other side after. But also, Porthos isn't gonna think that logically.
You want to make a roll for it?
I kind of, but I'm restrained. So that's the other thing right now. So I gotta fight my way out of this tentacle. So I'm gonna stay right where I'm at,
Okay,
and I'm just gonna make melee strikes in this grapple.
sounds good.
First attack misses. Second attack is a 19 to hit.
Hits.
Oh baby, another 14 maxed out damage again.
That tentacle you cut down where it is, and the part that has you grappled sort of cleaves through and falls off sideways. The nub where it is coming through is sort of flopping around. Yeah, you are no longer grappled.
Okay. Porthos is gonna move as close to the edge of the thing as I can get, and then that is gonna be the end of my turn.
Okay.
Actually, can I slice my way out and ride the tentacle?
Absolutely. Yeah, make me a acrobatics or athletics check.
That is a 21.
Yeah, you go sliding as the tentacle releases. You go sliding down, and you sort of Legolas on an Oliphant your way down one of the two that have the eyes, sort of shutting them, the lids of them, as you come down, and you bounce step between a couple of them. You are right on the edge or on the cluster of tentacles if you want to be.
Yes.
And if you would like to try to look past them, you may.
I'd like to look. I'll roll perception.
Okay.
That is a 20. Dirty 20.
Absolutely. I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw.
The nat 20. I have nothing in wisdom.
But when you need it, my dude, you know.
Maybe we
Let's
should
go,
give him the sword.
baby. Oh, thank you, guys.
There is a twisted, gnarled crustacean-like squid that mixes the fur and eyes and crab-like chitinous shell with the mandibles of praying mantises sort of undulating across its surface, the size of which is at least, I mean, a series of carts and horses, a city block at the very least. And it is drifting and floating throughout space, and the sight of it causes this sort of mental lurching in your mind as it begins to reject the angles and tries to process exactly what it's looking at, because it is impossible. And your eyes focus just past it. And I'm gonna finish that when this combat is over.
Sounds good.
After Porthos.
Order.
I'm only reactions, so
Okay.
carry on.
Continuing to
Now
maintain the
it's
balance.
now it's me, unless the enemies go.
No, they went first.
Okay, just making sure. And the girls didn't do anything; they just existed there.
They haven't done
Girl.
anything yet.
Girl, I thought it was the female figure and the librarian. Girls.
That is the same.
Oh,
They are one.
one
Yeah.
person. Got it.
Yeah, the lesbrarian.
Oh
Yes,
my
Heartache,
yeah.
a heartache.
Sorry,
They stand.
sorry, mommy.
I just
Mommy,
really,
battlefield.
really hope I don't have to kill her because I love her already. And
I hope
ghostly,
you don't either.
ghostly librarian. Cosmo's gonna be her best friend or frenemy. Enemies to lovers with a librarian right now, please. Okay. I am going to take my healing potion as well. Just bonus action healing, whatever. Just pour it over my head.
Mhm.
Make sure I don't accidentally mix it up with my holy water. Also
Okay.
9.
Great.
Also 9. And thanks. Just take me wherever you need, she says up to Hilda as she is going to how many tentacles are left standing, essentially?
3.
I'm gonna aim at whichever one looks weakest right now.
Okay.
With my gun. I only get the one
Sounds
shot
good.
though because I bonus action drank my potion, so I only get one shot.
Mhm.
Make it count. Yes. 18 to hit.
18 does hit.
Yes. So that is. Oh my god. Two 10s. So
Nice.
20 plus 12. 20 plus 12 on damage. So 32 on one of the tentacles.
20 plus 12. Where's the 12 come?
The
Oh,
radiant
right.
damage from my
The radiant
destroying
damage.
that fucking relic has to be
Yes,
worth it, my dude.
absolutely.
Like,
Yeah, no. I was.
yeah. No,
just
I
forgot.
know. Oh, I got you.
Yeah, more than enough. The tentacle bursts
Mhm.
through with the radiant light. That one goes falling to the ground. It remains attached, but limp and useless.
Listen, at the very least, if we end up having to track this thing through the Underrealms by its blood, the fact that they're still attached is going to help us. It's a very strange tentacle pattern to follow, forensically speaking. It'll be a lot easier to track.
Okay.
I have thoughts.
Absolutely.
Carry on.
Who's next? Who's left?
I believe
River? Okay. Poor River.
The only person that's always last.
Are we getting close to the
Um,
end? It's River's turn.
River.
Yeah. She's just waiting and she's just holding her staff like, is it my turn yet? Can I like look at the librarian and see if I can get like a read on what she's thinking about this whole thing? If she's just kind of standing there?
Sure. Bonus action to make an insight check.
5
Yeah.
check on the librarian.
I check on that sexy librarian.
It's fine, I just want her job, so if we kill her, I'll just live here.
I'm not gonna know anything about this librarian because that is a 6.
She
She's
looks
pretty.
stern.
Stern. All right.
Ooh.
Well, we are fucking up her library, so fair enough.
Is that what she calls it? Okay.
I guess I'm going to withhold my action, and I'm gonna recharge some magic. Then.
Okay. Sounds good. That is the end of the round. New round. Flip them up.
Sorry,
Back to
I was
going.
excited.
The bad guys are on a 4. So, first or last. We're gonna Ricky Bobby our way through this.
Oh yeah, Eco, you're like, I'm always last. Never mind, I'm going first this time. That's what I mean with loving the card initiative, because you cannot just settle into one spot necessarily, and things can change on a dime. I love this system. I love the card initiative. It's my favorite type of initiative we've ever done. Thank you for coming to my TED
Well,
Talk.
when I pull them, I don't look at them. I just show them straight to the
Yeah,
camera.
same.
So it was
I
like,
always-
I was just like, oh.
I often know when you guys know. Like, all right, cool.
Ooh.
So, River,
Oh,
you're
the-
up. What do you want to do?
I don't know what the fuck. Can I check the librarian again? No, I don't want to waste the whole thing on that. Because I don't really understand her deal at this point. Guess I'll just try to like crossbow one of the tentacles. Try to get rid of these things.
All right, sounds good.
17 plus 3, 21. 20.
Absolutely.
Math. It's a good time. D8. Do I add anything to damage? Do I add my dex to damage as well?
Your dex
or-
modifier would go to damage, yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Yep.
7.
7. Okay. Sounds good. Bonus action.
Recharge.
You continue to Dragon Ball Z gather up that energy and while shooting people. I like it. Who is up next?
That's so much more efficient than Goku ever was.
It's me.
All right.
I'm the real
Alright.
Super Saiyan.
Is there any of the tentacles that look like they're about to attack any of the others?
So the 2 tentacles that are left, one of them is holding a room.
Okay, yeah, that one for sure I'm gonna be attacking, but I want to make sure
Okay.
the other tentacle isn't hitting anybody. So
The other tentacle has dug into the wall and you suspect is fishing out another room.
Okay. Which one? Which one's the most important one right now? The one ripping the roof,
Room.
or the one in the room?
Room.
One that already has
The one that has the weird
Room?
the one
Or
that
the
has
room?
shown it can hold a pocket dimension like it was a purse.
Okay, let's go for the pocket dimension purse.
Pocket dimension purse for 600, Alex.
Yes, please. I'd like to hop from tentacle to tentacle to get to that one, and then
Okay.
just go to town on it. Gonna move my mark over onto it.
Great.
And let's go ahead and start swinging.
May I for a
It's
moment
a daily
take-
double.
It is that may I for a moment take a second to just be sad that the next generation, while they will probably say 600 Alex because it's just a thing that happens, will have no fucking clue who Alex is. Jeopardy will survive. They will not know who he is.
If they love Jeopardy, they'll watch original Jeopardy before they get there.
If. But no
If.
one goes and watches reruns of Jeopardy unless it's the celebrity episodes or the Ken Jennings run. Like that's
23
I
and
met
25
someone
to
who
hit,
doesn't
Cody.
know what a Crocodile Dundee is, so.
Both hit.
That is a total of 15 points of damage.
15 points of damage. Nicely done. That's on both attacks.
Both attacks total. Yep.
Okay. Anything else you would like to do, Porthos? He's good. Who's up next? That tentacle is bloodied, by the way.
Perfect.
does it get an injury?
Usually,
if they can do things and we can do, does it get an injury?
Normally, yes, but due to its unnatural nature, unusual nature of this horror is one of the reasons it does not require air, does not have bones, does not have organs.
Fuck this thing.
So start to run out of things to injure with it. No offense.
It's confidence, it's self-esteem,
Sure,
its ability
yes.
to read and comprehend what book rooms it's supposed to be stealing, because it seems to have a target. Is there a confused injury? Because it's
Well,
going for very specific things,
You would need to be hitting the head.
which
for
we
that.
can't even see. So never mind.
You
All right.
cannot.
Well, fuck this thing.
So
Rude.
the one that has the second floor room in its tentacles
Yes.
is the most injured.
Yes.
Excellent. I'm going to, since I can do it one-handed, get it with a firebolt because I'm flying.
Yeah, you are. All right, let's do it.
$22.
22. Okay. That absolutely hits.
$19 on 2d10.
Ooh.
Damn.
Nicely done. It is barely
That's
holding on.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Fuck. Can you just drop me on it to injure it for that last bit? Can it, I'll land on it, you know?
Depends on what the other two do before the other one does before you.
That's-
It's
I go before it. Aren't they on a 4?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just trying to give you a free damage.
yes. Nora goes first.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Norda goes first.
Right.
No, because she's doing only reactions to do that injury thing, which is way more effective actually. She's doing a fucking great job.
I'm restoring balance.
It's amazing.
Right. After Jen, Norda continues to restore
It's
balance.
great.
Who's next?
Then me.
Go for it.
Where do you want me to
So
put
yeah,
you?
can you drop me on that one so I hopefully do damage landing? Thank you.
We do that.
Yeah,
Make an acrobatics check.
done. I will do so. $16.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Roll a d4. Roll
Okay.
a d4.
1d4. 4.
Okay. Yeah. You
Do I
come
squish
land.
it?
You do squish it. Yeah, you come landing on the tentacle. It does flop down as sort of this shockwave goes running through it, and you realize it was kind of barely holding on to that room.
Yep.
And as it goes sliding down, it lays out and sort of tears up part of the second floor, and the pocket dimension of the room comes flopping out of its tentacle and sort of hits into the wall. And everything begins to distort around it, as though it was sort of twisting and whirling and pulling reality into that space. What else would you like to do, Cosmo? Call that a bonus action?
Yeah. Oh, that was my bonus action, not my movement.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I would.
Well, you have to tentacle and pierce and.
Most of that was my movement.
Yeah, that was
put you there, so-
because I was treating that as movement of just I let myself fall. I wasn't. So I would have done different things if I. But that's fine. Then I will. Fuck. Well then. Shit.
What did you want to do?
Take 2 shots at the other ones, but that other one is a bonus action. But instead, now that this thing is happening, okay. I will waste my turn on this happily. May I roll an Arcana check, because I know it works in reverse, but I don't know how this pocket dimension thing works, to see if I can put the pocket dimension in the portable hole without doing a tear in the astral rift. Because I know I can't put the portable hole in a bag of holding, because it would fuck with everything. But if I can put that in here, because it is a pocket, like it's its own weird thing. It's not. I don't even know if it's like technically a pocket dimension. Can I scoop it?
The room?
Yeah.
Make an Arcana
Yeah,
check.
that'll so it doesn't devour all of us and the entire fucking library. I'm gonna see if I have anything for that. So that was not a good roll. I didn't take luck. I took other shit like an idiot. So that is going to be a 12 on Arcana.
Okay. So. Portable hole.
Yeah.
It has limited dimensions.
Yes.
It creates a 10-foot deep hole. Because the room is bigger than 10 feet, you won't be able to get all of it in there. You
Okay.
can try to get part of it.
Okay.
The portable hole was in these dimensional spaces previously.
Okay.
It is a different sort of space than
Yeah.
portable holes, bags of holding, handy
Well, yeah, because like
haversack.
here, I could put a person in it and they would be fine for 10 minutes. So like I assumed it was different rules.
Yeah, to some extent, but it is. The room is, I think, ultimately too large
Okay.
to go in there.
Can I just genuinely, in order to try and stop the extra dimensional warping of this entire library around us,
Mhm.
could I try to get part of it?
Sure.
Is there
Yeah.
anything I can see that is like a, hey, that's a big piece that's pulling shit in. Can I pull that out and see if the Jenga logs fall? Like, if no, that's perfectly fine. That's totally fine answer. I can just have wasted my turn and go, never mind, can't do anything, and be fine. That's fine.
So that doesn't, the portable hole's not going to be able to solve this for you.
Great.
what you do here, sort of in the back of your mind, is a formula that begins to sort of run through, and you remember that somewhere on you, you have a tremendously powerful spell book.
Yes.
That may be a better place to look for a solution.
I had asked you last week if there were any spells in it, so I assumed it was out of the running this weekend for things, because it was empty of that tonight.
Okay.
So that's why I didn't do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's next? Me?
That was the end, I think.
Me on the 4. Yeah. All right, I got one tentacle left, and it is going to pull out a so it pulls out a second room. I would like all of you to make me dexterity saving throws, as again the debris kind of sweeps across from the other side. The roof and the walls begin to sort of crumple and fall down.
25.
18.
15.
14 is what we're looking for.
Nah, I don't make that.
Okay.
Mine
Those
is
of you
not gonna
that
cut it.
Those of you that fail, you're going to take 12 points of bludgeoning damage. And those of you that succeed, you're going to take 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
I get 5 attacks.
Go for him.
No. 25 hits.
25 does hit.
22 hits.
Absolutely.
23 hits.
Yeah.
22 hits. Okay, that's it. Ooh. 10 points. 11, so 21. 21 and 8 is 29. And 11 is 40?
40. Yeah. Norda in
Fuck this
just a
tentacle in particular.
What
teleporting flurry just begins hammering the tentacle. It is barely holding on. The tentacle starts to try to retract itself back into.
Is this the one that
floor.
I'm on top of?
Yes, because there's only one left.
Hold on,
no,
cowboy.
the one you were on was the one that was holding the room. That one has fallen dead.
Okay, so that one's gone.
This one is starting to move.
It's trying to escape.
Is it moving out of my range?
No, you're right next to it, and it's sliding down.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
New round. Bad guys are on a jack. All right, who's up first?
I am. I'm
for
gonna
it.
hope that whatever this librarian's goals are, she hasn't actively tried to hurt us, but also if she's a librarian, I'm gonna actually trust her to deal with the extra dimensional room at this point, because I can't have a quick fix for it. So, I'm hoping she's not just gonna let all her books get sucked up. I'm just gonna try to shoot the escaping tentacle bitch.
Okay.
First one's not gonna hit, that's a 9. Ah! Second one's gonna stay on the desk, please. Second one is gonna hit with an 18.
That does hit, absolutely.
Right, amazing. And then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 plus 9
9
plus
points
11.
of damage plus 11.
Yes.
Yes, total of 20.
Yay.
Yeah, that's showtime.
Yes. With a, as it is my next level ability, there's a, I'm gonna storytell this a little bit. As this is a legendary creature, I am guessing something deep or some sort of whatever that would fit in her special thing once she gets it. something almost feral and just like a memory she can't hold on to, somewhere in the back of her mind just yells at her to kill it. And with a focus and forgetting everything else that you guys have never quite seen from her, she starts to aim. She misses the first one, and then it's like her arm just does it, and she just doesn't even think, and she closes her eyes, and it just fucking fires and separates it from its base with the last shot.
Absolutely.
And opens her eyes back up and sees that it's...
Go ahead.
That was it. Sorry. Just...
You can finish. Okay. The second room clatters to the floor, and its space begins to sort of warp reality as well. Porthos, where you are standing on the hub of those tentacles that are now all destroyed, the portal that they have sort of created around them is closing rapidly. You are in danger of falling through it. I'd like you to make a acrobatics check to leap, or athletics.
Can I do a twofer in this?
Sure.
I'll
where
make
would
the
you like to be?
athletics check first, and we'll see if I can do some flashy shit before I say that I'm gonna do something else. Because if
Okay.
I'm like tumbling out of it, then it's not worth it.
Sure.
That is a 19.
Yeah, like a log roller of champion like skill. You are running along it for sure.
Okay. I would like to, right before I take off running, throw my sword into whatever that abyss was that I was looking at. I mean, just chuck it where I think the center was. I'm not really caring if it does damage or not. It's more like a warning shot.
Absolutely. Go for it.
The nat 20.
Roll damage.
That is 16 points of damage.
Okay. As you chuck the sword, it spears past the tentacles as they are being sort of cut off, and for a brief moment you have a perfect line of sight. The sword goes flying through the black empty void, and as the creature sort of peers one eye up and tries to look through it, your blade catches right in the right just outside the iris of the eye, and it's the whole beast sort of wheels about and turns away. The other eye on the other side of its face, is sort of open, and it's in this moment that you remember the thing that you had seen just a few seconds ago, that your mind had sort of blanked out because it makes no sense, but in a weird way, looking through this portal, that beyond this massive horror of outer reality, somewhere at its back, somewhere far, that would normally take magic or glasses or an observatory of some kind, some distant little dot, a single glowing neon dot, is Ultensia. And this creature sort of turns in that direction. And there is literally only one place for it to go. There are no other stars in that sky.
So, in Porthos' mind, this thing is going to head towards Ultensia to attack it.
Yes, it is. It's also taking the long way until somebody else opens a portal for it.
They were trying to give it an
Portos.
off ramp.
Well, you don't know that you don't know what it was doing or where it was going before that.
Ugh.
But you all have done a very good job of catching its attention, and it has begun to sort of turn and go in that direction.
Excellent.
Interesting.
Part 2 to come, hopefully in a few levels. Not right now.
I get off of the thing as it's shrunking
Great.
its way back in, and I yell out to it. I go, "This will be the day that you rued," touching River.
Absolutely.
Did River even take damage that fight? Oh, did you? Oh, perfect.
Like 2 points off my half. Yeah.
Porthos
you
says
will-
immediately, just tired.
You all are in this library that is beginning to crumble. The ceiling, the walls, everything about it is starting to fall and fall apart. Very... yeah. What would you like to do?
I look directly at the librarian and say, if you don't want your building being consumed, gonna help?
What languages do you speak?
I speak... Here's my question. Is she dead or undead?
Undead?
Okay. I couldn't use speak with dead for this, essentially, because she's not a
No,
corpse.
you don't need to
No,
do
that's fine.
that. No.
Okay. I speak Common, Deep Speech, Draconic, Elvish, and Infernal.
Okay. You say that in common, I'm assuming?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The turn of the head is creepily slow, and the eyes fix on you, Cosmo, and you hear in sort of a psychic statement. What is probably the language you've read the most books in?
The books, because of my area of research, would probably be Infernal, because of how much religious texts and all of that, and the research.
Yeah. So the psychic words that are heard, and she is speaking, like she's moving her lips. You all see that, and you hear it in a different language. You hear it being said in probably whatever you have read the most. And she says, checkouts are closed at this time. And then, and as she does, all of the sound of the rubble falling disappears.
But it's still falling, right?
Oh, it is. Yeah.
I'm obsessed with her. Okay, cool. But we can't talk. We are silenced and we can't hear.
As you realize, yes, you try to speak, you are silenced.
She can see us though?
Yes.
Okay, Norda's proficient in sign language. So she's going to sign apologies for the mess.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need assistance?
She doesn't really seem surprised, but she does understand. And because her slow gaze sort of turns and fixes on you. And she says, what is here was intended to always remain. here.
Norda just nods and picks up.
Unsu.
Picks up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. Picks up Porthos. And starts to walk towards the door.
Okay. Yeah.
Are we walking or running? Is coming down like fast, or is it coming down like dramatic, like we can badass not look at explosions as this thing is crumbling?
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Okay. So instead of picking Porthos up, Porthos runs at the doors and bashes them absolute open, like so that we can get out.
Alright.
Okay.
Full shield, just thrust himself straight through the thing so that we can get out of the library before it crumbles on top of us.
In those last seconds before my wings have completely gone,
Mhm.
I would have carried Pixie to the. I would have taken Cosmo down to the first floor.
Okay.
We were fighting on the first
We
floor
were
already.
on the first floor, yeah. It grabbed a thing, but the bases of the things were on the first floor, so we're already down there.
Yes.
Correct? Yeah, so.
Yes.
Yes.
So you don't have to. What you may have to do, though, is she's clearly not willing to leave and risk this place imploding on itself. So you may have to fucking encourage her to go with you.
Oh, I'll throw her over my shoulder like a sack of potatoes.
Sounds right.
I'm shorter than her now, but I'll
Yeah.
throw her over my shoulder like a sack of potatoes. and run out the
Unnecessary.
door.
You can just a couple tugs and tap and like, are you fucking kidding me? And she will run herself. But it definitely is. She is the last one out, and she's just like taking in all the shit that might be destroyed if this bitch doesn't fix it. And she's real pissed about it. Okay.
On my way
red
out,
ticket.
could I look at the rooms
Yeah.
and see if I can get a gist of what we could maybe do?
Sure.
Because my little legs are carrying me probably the slowest, so I'm back there. 18.
18. It's a tough call at this point. The tentacle monster exists outside of space and time. Thus it is able to touch things that exist outside of space and time. It tearing those things out of where they were held, you know that there was probably some form of magical ward that was keeping them stable. You would have to recreate that, and you don't know if you have time to do that.
Okay. Can I quickly... Not that the librarian wouldn't know what to do, I guess, but can I write down on a piece of paper in proper letter format and give it to her? And then run out the building. Just basically telling her what she thinks she needs to do.
Okay. As you are running, those of you that have any books from the library, I would like you first to make a wisdom saving throw.
$19.
23.
15.
Porthos ain't got no books on him.
15.
15 is what I was looking for. Norda and River, as you are running, you feel an urge, an insistence, sort of being cheered on to keep running, to go faster, oh no, I'm sorry, reverse that. Norda and River, you guys want to have your shit wants to stay.
Yeah.
But you are not compelled to drop it or go back. But it does sort of pull on you. Cosmo and Hilda, your texts, two in particular, are desperate to leave. Go ahead.
Can we tell which ones?
Yeah.
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 Okay, it's the ones we think. I'm guessing. Like, yep, just making sure.
Yeah.
That wasn't like the monster hunting book. Wasn't like, no, get me out. Like, it's the grimoire.
No, if it was
and the
locked,
fucking,
if it was locked up, those are the ones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just making
absolutely.
sure.
Yep.
Nobody hesitates though. Everybody's running out after Porthos bashes his way through the door.
No, yeah, nobody failed, so nobody was compelled in either direction. And as you're running towards the librarian, they strike they are in no way omnipotent. Their power very limited here, and you get the sense that she is perfectly happy for this place to be destroyed.
Again, you gotta keep pushing Cosmo from behind if she notices that. Nope. Like.
Yeah. And she watches, especially Cosmo and Hilda, as they make it to the doors, and she'll sort of reach out just as the doors close, and her mouth opens as though to say something, but she is silenced, much like everything else.
Oh, that's gonna haunt me. Cool.
As you all go staggering out onto the steps of the library, the great statues that have adorned the front, all of the sentinel eyes that you had previously been avoiding, you notice, are inert. They are stone and statue and unmoving, present, but clearly the function and magic of them destroyed. And in a very quiet moment, a silence that is unnerving and eerie, your empty footsteps are unheard until you set foot on the street. And as you all are catching your breath, some of you that want to turn and watch as the library goes silent for the last time.
Norda's watching Cosmo.
River goes up and holds Cosmo's hand.
Porthos doesn't look
She's
at
got
explosions
that on
and
the
keeps
back.
his eyes behind us.
Yeah, Cordo's the only one who does a turn, and you can absolutely tell that every instinct Cosmo has is telling her to run back in and try to save more of the books. Given how much knowledge she was planning on going back for. And it is perhaps only the book that is eager to be gone that she wants to befriend that is stopping her from doing so. But her friend's presence is definitely a big part of that as well, as she is watching this. And Cody, your camera has gone all blurred. Yes, turtle face, Nick Miller. She just murmurs very quietly. I think we have every right to ask a much bigger price of our friends of Arian, as no one else will be able to go back into that death trap, and he is very lucky we got in when we did. Or there'd be nothing at all. And you've never seen her be quite so cold about bargaining with potential, like, she's usually very fair. She's usually very, like, even-keeled with dealing with merchants and vendors. And there's something in her voice that tells you this man's going to sell his soul if he wants a single goddamn one of them.
Before we go collect on that, we need to speak, but we need to get to safety first. I've seen some shit. Let's make haste then.
Are we trying to head all the way back up? Yeah, home.
Yeah, we need to get out of here.
Yeah.
This is gonna drag attention, even though it didn't make noise. We don't know if there's more cultists. We don't know if there's more people that are on patrol. We don't know if there's anything else down here that's gonna take interest in us. We need to get out.
If we step back onto the steps of the library, is silence still up there?
After the building crumbles, no.
Okay.
Are there books in the rubble?
Is
You
there
can
rubble?
go back.
Like,
You can go back up and look. You don't really see much rubble.
feels like no. Like,
Okay. Yeah, I kind of want to look though. I want to see it. Did it all teleport away to another place, or is it just rubble up there? What's going on?
Yeah. Okay. So you walk back up the steps. Your little claw feet. The foundation of the building and the basement that sort of went down beneath it has all sort of disappeared, been warped in and out of reality. Not something that is uncommon here in Oltensia, and but something that is usually guarded against with great effort. You have seen just sort of things blip out of Oltensia and out of existence. This is a little there is some rubble that remains. There are, as you look around in sort of this giant pit that has, plumbing and wiring and gas lines and things like that, sort of terminating where they would have gone into the building, right there on the edges. Down around that stuff, there are pages, sort of tiles, bits of wooden shelf and metal shelf, and debris. It is not nearly as much as what this library would have created.
So no books though. Like all the books are just gone, vacuumed.
Yeah, you don't see any. You might find one or two if you were to jump in there and search, but none that are obviously like on the surface, easy to grab.
Can I just grab off like a piece of baseboard or something from the actual library itself?
Yeah,
I'll just like break it off, and I'll take that with me. Throw that in my satchel.
Okay. Yeah.
And turn to the group and be like, okay, let's get to safety. We can regroup, we can rally, and then we can discuss everything that just happened.
right, it's not often I suggest this. Might we regroup at Dream? You would all know that the department she works for, that she is an agent and consultant for, is Dream, the Department for the Research and Exploration of Aether Manifestations. This is the BPRD version. This is part of their whole thing. If this is a massive blip, B, a portal into somewhere else, this is unusual enough. She's never asked you all to come to the agency to discuss these issues. But Porthos looks spooked. All of this was highly unusual. She's never seen something quite like that in anything. And it feels like it might be worth discussing it at a place that is used to hearing those sorts of stories. No weird listening ears. Everyone's just kind of, that's business there.
Let's meet there then. That's fine. We can head back to Dream.
Yeah. All right.
By the way, Norda, holy shit! We start walking.
Try keeping up with her at
What?
the gym. It's why I try to shoot her. There's no way to fucking keep up with that. That sword is probably gonna slow her down. Honestly.
Not a matter of keeping up, it's just being. We put too much focus on the speed. Just be my friend. She puts a hand on Porthos's shoulder.
Porthos goes, oh, yes, very much be.
By the way, we may want to discuss this sword. It is
We're walking, by the way. We're walking and talking.
yeah,
Do the
we're
sword
walking
and
and
walk
talking.
and talk,
It's a beautiful piece. Please do not get me wrong. I think perhaps it might be a little bit more effective in someone else's hands.
It's not whispering to you, right? Because we've already seen not working so great for Porthos
No.
when that happens.
There's no whispers. It's also a little bit. She sort of like dangles it from the hilt. It's a little bit longer than what I'm used to.
So, I'm taking the sword.
Think you can handle it?
Well, the only one way to find out. I take
Yeah.
the sword.
Famous
Okay.
last words.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right there with I take the sword.
She starts to hand it over and then goes, perhaps we should wait until we get to your base
This is very true.
before we do this. Yes.
Do any
yes.
sort of major handoffs of magical artifacts? Yeah. Oh shit. And you just watch her face go, she goes, I'm going to have to explain to them that not only did I have to destroy one of the limited relics I'm allowed to take with me, but, it wasn't even worth it, because the building we were trying to deal with vanished into space and time anyway. That's my favorite part of this job.
I would say that's a slight inaccuracy because everything would have been destroyed if that thing would have gotten out of the portal. It would have kept
Yes.
going up.
You do
Very true.
realize. Yes.
I do realize they might, depending on who's in requisitions, they might not. Some of them are kind of assholes. Some of them are very sweet, but there's this one who's just a little bit hopped up on his own power of being the one who gets to decide what equipment everyone takes out. I may wait until he's not at the desk.
That's a very solid idea. You know, a lot easier to beg for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission. You
I
know,
don't
this-
beg.
But this place you work for, they would rather you not destroy a relic and the entirety of Intensia become destroyed instead.
It really does depend on whether or not they believe Hortensia would be destroyed. Because, see, if that place is going to implode anyway, or vanish anyway, it might have just taken the tentacled thing with it, and we'd be exactly where we are now. There's entire branches of departments in that agency that deal exactly with that sort of prediction and have you ever seen, there was a series of plays in one of the other realms and galaxies once that popped in for a while of these people who hunt aliens, and she starts to describe Men in Black 3, where Griffin is consistently living in all the timelines at once, and she basically describes a branch of Dream who all the people there are just constantly doing that. They're just in this think tank room of walls where they're writing out all these potential paths they see at all
Precogs
times.
and-
But like
and-
way more unhinged. Just way more unhinged, because unless it's the future where this happens and then we have 30 seconds to do this. No, we're fine. That one's not it. But if this one happened, then this, and it changes every time something new pops in and out of Hortensia. Like, genuinely, they just that anytime they get new information, they just start over. Like, yeah.
Because
So
I was
describes
not
that.
aware that you had powers of precognition.
I don't. Some of
You
them,
don't?
Not me specifically. Some of them do, and it rubs off
Well,
hanging
then-
out with them.
You could not have known what would happen going into the library, no?
No, but there is still something about valuing the risks, and it really doesn't matter what I could have known. It's up to the departments themselves. I'm just an agent. Not even an agent, a consultant.
Well, if they weren't here, then they don't understand what happened. So boo on them.
She just smiles this
Very
like,
well said. Yes, boo on them.
She just smiles this very like this. She almost mutters under her breath. She does, in fact. She mutters under her breath in Infernal the. God, I have never. None of you ever work for a bureaucratic corporation. Like, she's like, just please stay that innocent, please. Like, she's had a long 5 years.
River's just playing with her little ball of light that she got. She's just like, yeah, I mean, this isn't like that bad.
Got a new
The
pet.
the response from behind you is, it's a pain in the ass.
Yep, she knew you would understand, yes. She does another healing potion like a shot.
Porthos looks over at Norda and River and goes, "They're growling a lot. What the So it sounds like fire crackling behind us. You said no fires."
I do not know, but I thought that was a successful run. I am proud of us.
We did good.
Did well.
See, my
we
organization just
needed.
strictly wants you to do good things. That's about it. As long as the ends justify the means, it's all good.
My main concern was that none of you died, and I think I did that enough. So there's
You
that.
absolutely did.
Very much so.
Everyone whose life River saved today owes her a drink tonight.
I was at 10 HP on one round. It was wild. And then I wasn't at all.
As you all walk through the ruins of the Undercity, it is an uncomfortable feeling, a feeling of being watched, perhaps a feeling of judgment, or perhaps it's just the lingering idea of being surrounded by all of these eyes, all fixed on you. But you make your way through the streets and back into the great structure from which you descended. You trace the lightning as it arcs throughout all of this massive hall. I assume you want to ride the metal snake of stairs back up.
I wrap my tail around myself this time.
Okay. You are prepared for the floor to begin moving. You time it as such for it to go. I'd like all of you to make perception checks.
May I have, during this walk, pulled out my ghost box and had it going during this walk? I'd like to make sure that the librarian ghost isn't following us.
Okay.
So if any of this perception can be done with advantage specifically for spirits, awesome.
Sure.
If not, if it's just in general, don't worry about it. But
Yeah, go ahead, roll with, yeah.
Thank
You can
you.
roll
I'd like
with
to
advantage.
look for lay spirits. No,
Is this
don't
with
think so.
smell?
Yeah, if you want it to be, sure. Just tell me if you are rolling with advantage because of a sense. You are choosing the sense you are focusing on in this moment. You can tell that to me.
She's distracted. That's a whole 10. Her mind is elsewhere. She's not paying attention.
16.
Hilda's
for
is as
Porthos.
well, despite the fact that she's in the back, turning around, looking. She got a 7.
Okay.
Yeah, I got an 8.
10.
16.
16. Okay.
Save us for those. Like,
Could I also have drank my health potion on this walk, by the way? Thank you.
A couple of small things. Go ahead.
Can I ask what you get on your healing potion?
2d4 plus 2.
like she means the
No,
number
like what
that
the number
she
is?
actually got.
I got 2 2s, so 4, so 6.
Who's looking worse right now?
On a scale of 1 to 37, I'm a 17. I'm bloodied. Like, I'm still bloodied.
Yeah, Cosmo's in the worst shape. I've lost a third of my hit points.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
then
better now,
she's-
so.
Norda's still restoring, so she's just gonna like Azula lightning transfer. 3 points to
Hey, I'm no longer bloodied. Excellent. The
You
weird
can safely walk down the slide.
listen, the weird galaxy nonsense that was happening to her body is more like the shadows playing on her skin. Looks like it's there sometimes, but not really. She's looking better. She's no longer bloodied. Good. By 1 hit point, she's no longer bloodied.
So there is spirit chatter on the way back. It is not distinct. It is not malicious, but it is crowd-like. A little loud, a little wandery. You get the feeling that the destruction of the library in this under Ghost City has stirred the spirits in some way, but none of it is coalescing into a true manifestation at the moment. Porthos, as you guys are riding the great snake escalator, metal chewy thing, you do see a modernly dressed, dark-haired sort of streetwear man with a hood up across the way, on one of the floors as you're passing, just leaning up against the rail that is there. And while you can't see his face, you can feel relatively certain that he's just sort of watching you all go by.
Oh yeah? Well, I watch him go by.
All right.
But I'm nodding my head as I'm doing it. I'm like, what are you looking at, bud?
Didn't we also see the same person on the way down here?
You did.
Yeah. Oh, I did. Okay. I wasn't sure. Oh, right. I didn't fucking... we got busy. Like, I didn't get to tell anyone we were being watched. We did kind of get busy. That was not intentional. Good. Excellent. Cool.
I'm being pretty blatant about looking at him, though. But he's not doing anything malicious or anything. He's just staring at us as we're going by.
Yeah. When you,
How uncommon is it to see someone down here?
Pretty uncommon.
Do you point out, do like we notice that he's watching?
Well,
us?
if it's uncommon, I'm definitely yelling out at him. Hey, what's up, man?
God damn it.
Well, it's... Hola, amigo!
At
so
which point...
when you kind of fix eyes at him and kind of nod, he gave you kind of the bro nod in return. His hood just sort of lifts a bit, and as you call out, he stands up, steps off of the rail. Right, he's no longer sort of leaning on it. He steps back, and he kind of waves, and then Porthos, you're looking at him, and he just sort of points the direction you're going. And when you kind of look, even if you're trying, like, if you don't look, that's fine. But you realize he's telling you that the escalator's ending and you have to step off of it because the steps are coming level.
The moving
That's a
walkway
hero.
exit is approaching.
Yes, the
Please,
moving walkway exit.
watch your step.
That's a true hero right
yes,
there.
Yes, he is.
Gracias, amigo. And like, I get off, and I go, that guy was really nice. It's nice.
yeah.
It's nice to see a nice person down here. It's very rare.
Because I'm guessing we all fucking looked when you yelled that. She waits till
Yeah.
we're off the escalator, and he was a nice guy. She goes, yeah, he was watching us on our way down too.
Weird timing.
Yep.
But hey, he didn't attack us. Honestly, we've been being attacked by everything but that guy. That guy, he's cool in my book for now.
We know who he is.
The guardian of the escalator. Yep.
That is the guardian of the escalator.
The stair god.
Is the escalator broken? You're welcome for stairs.
As you guys get off the escalator, he sort of turns and walks away. He loses you lose sight of him under one of the floors. And you continue your ascent back through the depths of modern Oltencia, back through all of the city works and the rain drainage and the maintenance tunnels and wiring and all of those sorts of places. Are all of you as a group immediately heading to Dream, or are any of you going to do other business first?
I
You do
think
know
we're-
that you need to come in with an agent to be anywhere other than like the fucking guest reception area. Like I have clearance that'll let you guys in, otherwise you're just gonna have to kind of like buzz and hope I can come get you.
I think, but listen, I really need to get what I saw off my chest before we go do an activity. So if it's okay, let's go talk and Dream first, and then we can go do our thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Off to Dream.
You head there. It is a get short sort of
Get
entrance.
smart.
Get smart.
There you go.
There we go.
Looks
smart.
nondescript is just 80 different layers into Super Spidem.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gotta talk to Bill Murray in a tree, like, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wait, there's Bill
The only
Murray
way.
here.
Yeah.
There's always Bill Murray. You can't
Everywhere.
escape Bill
Except for
Murray.
he's the Zombieland version of Bill Murray, where like he's not actually dead, but he's decided to
Aw.
blend.
I was really hoping for Space Jam Bill Murray, but that's okay.
I mean, there's even Bill Murray on the baseball fields up here, so he's everywhere.
Hell
He
yeah.
is. Yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
just are all dream agents just different iterations of Bill Murray?
No, just the really
No.
annoying ones. It's just the guy
All
at
the
the desk.
department heads
It's,
are.
it's the
Bill
guy I
Murray?
complained about being the requisitions agent who doesn't like me. Is Bill
What?
Murray? Like
I hate
That's
to side-
Randy. I'm sorry to tell you. That's
Randy.
I hate to throw us off the rails, but it's Bill Murray. Bill Murray is Groundhog Day as well, right?
Yes.
yeah.
So there's just one Bill Murray there that's just doing the same thing
That's
over
why
and
he's a
over.
precog. He has
Yep.
learned to pattern recognize. He is actually all of them. He's-
Every last
So-
one.
It's actually a department of Bill Murray's that deal with Bill Murray incursions. That is their purpose, is when a Bill Murray from another realm or a movie ends up in Ultencia, they acclimate him and then return that Bill Murray where they need to be. Or they'll do occasionally the shuffle Bill Murray. That's when you can see a Bill Murray go from doing ridiculous comedies to doing like The Life Aquatic. That's what's happening when Bill Murray
Lost
is
in
just
it's
translation.
just suddenly a
Yeah,
shift of
yeah,
unexpected shift.
right.
Excellent.
Exactly.
The Murrayverse.
exactly.
It is ever growing.
Mhm.
It's
That is-
literally, it's just Rick and Morty, but like the universe of Rick,
Rick and
but it's
Murray?
just all Bill. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
Bill Murray.
Beautiful. This is
Yeah.
beautiful.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
think I could love Hortensia more, but God bless you, Cody.
Porthos gets 10 different autographs from 10 different
Genius.
old Bill Murrays as he goes by.
Absolutely. They look exactly the same.
Don't you confuse the bills. We don't know which one is good. Damn it! And come in. She eventually she's got to get them out of the Murray loop because they'll all start talking about which movie was their favorite to do, and it never fucking ends.
Mhm.
She actively avoids the guy whose favorite was the Christmas special.
Oh
Which
yeah.
Cody and I sat to watch, knowing nothing about it. One Christmas during the lockdown Christmas, we sat to watch this, knowing nothing. And
It's a
yeah, there's
fantastic
on
fever dream.
Netflix. There's a Christmas special, and I have to real quick. The whole concept is that he scheduled this Christmas event, and everyone got snowed out and couldn't come. So it's just him and whatever stars happen to be in the hotel at the moment, whether he kidnaps and bullies them into doing it or they do it organically. But it is where Cody and I first heard the song Fairy Tale of New York, which is now our favorite Christmas song. But like, it's unhinged and weird, and their version of Santa Baby is the creepiest thing I've ever heard in my life. Or is that, it was Santa Baby, or like, there's some carol that they make super rapey and uncomfortable. And I'm like, why is this happening? Let's watch it again. Like, we watched it back to back twice and went, it's just as weird the second time around. Cool. So that one, she actively turns us around a corner to, no, not that one. Like, trust me. she takes you guys to there are debriefing rooms that are essentially sensory deprivation rooms. They are soundproofed, they are exactly temperature controlled. They are because I grew up in a Christian household, Voodoo. That's how. And now I love it. Like I love it. So it they're like soundproofed and they're temperature controlled. So it's the room from Community where the room temperature is exactly what your skin is. And it's like you could almost not feel the floor because it is so organically comfort. It's just like you're you're not aware that you're moving or walking or standing. Your body is just in a almost stasis of comfort in these spaces. And there's little just pods that lock and seal with this code, and you can't even really hear the touch pads going because they're so insulated. But we can hear each other talking, and no one can hear us from outside. So
keep in mind, this entire time since she grabbed that first book, Hilda has been topless still.
You know, that's fair. That's valid. I feel like the ones with fur, it's less recognizable when that's a thing. If Cosmo was walking around just tits out, although she did on the way in, she did take off the rest of her fucking wrecked jacket and just like tosses it off into like a bin of like to be repaired, like laundry chute or whatever. She's gotta get a new one of those, but that was before we went into the pod. So she's all arms. So, Porthos.
So, God, why is this room so comfortable? Oh my God. All right, sorry. I took a peek-see down into that portal that was down there while we were fighting. Won't lie, was thinking about jumping down to the dead center of it and stabbing it a couple of times. You know, worst come to worst.
Wouldn't have expected anything less, honestly.
If it was gonna tentacle all of us, I was gonna stab it. You know, good response. However, I did not realize when I looked down there that I was going to see an infinite amount of things. And he relays everything that Cody basically went through with the illusion of different things coming at Porthos, and there was it was basically a veil that was blocking seeing the true form of what the monster was. And then at the end, right in its last moments, you know, I chucked my sword at it to make sure it knows not to touch a river again, and I saw it turn, and it's still alive. And I do believe it's going to make its way to Hortensia at some point. Because I could see Hortensia. I'm not really quite sure how far away it is or how long it will take. I am not of the correct skill set to determine that. But I do think that we need to prepare and be prepared for it to come full force the next time. I feel we faced a smaller glimmered amount of this large beast that was in there. There were many more tentacles. Many more tentacles inside of there. Am I right about that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, just want to make sure I'm not conveying the wrong message here.
Yeah.
How did
Message
How did it make you feel, Porthos? Not in a therapist way, but in a researcher way.
I lost.
Oh no, I'm not writing it down, but it's being transcribed. Keep going.
It's weird. I was at home, but I was looking through the window.
Right.
And I was looking at myself, but it wasn't me. I don't know how to
hate how
describe
quickly
it.
everyone in this fucking everyone just turned into yes, like therapist mode, and she's just like investigative detective mode. Shut the fuck up, everybody! Like,
I felt very empty very rapidly. But you know,
did you feel empty because you saw it, or because you knew it was coming here?
I felt empty because I saw it.
Right.
I was able to. I don't know how. It's a rare moment for me, but I was able to shrug it off. Maybe it's because nothing can make me feel more empty than an empty stomach. But And I'm very hungry right now. And so I couldn't replicate it again with more of a feeling of leaving my own head and just being where I am. And he looks at Nora and he goes, "Wait, is that what it's like?"
That was wholesome.
She's been quietly nodding this, waiting for
For
it.
him to get there.
Yes. Yes.
Am I a monk now?
That was precious.
No.
No, not at all. Like,
Okay, good, because I really like swords. So I'm gonna be real with you.
I like swords, just that one's too long.
Ooh, can I play
right,
with a sword?
this is yes, here.
As you go to hand the sword off, I would like both of you to make Constitution saving throws.
19.
8 plus 18, so 26.
Okay. As you go to hand the sword off, Norda, you, as Porthos goes to grab it, you feel those tendrils that had sort of gotten under your skin and twisted into your pulmonary system, the sort of pumping of the blood that ran through the sword, and that bit of flesh sort of warping that was happening between you. As those sort of struggle to pull away, others reach out to Porthos, and there is this odd moment where both of you are almost dialysis like, trading a bit of blood. And I would like you both to make me a athletics check.
$10.
14 plus 7, so 21.
Okay. The sword is definitely bonded to Norda, and there's kind of this not like intelligent item sort of doesn't want to go, but there's just these like lines of IVs or basically that you kind of have to pull apart. And once they have let go of Norda, you're able to attune to the sword, Porthos.
Okay.
But no, it doesn't seem to have any greater or lasting effects.
Did
But
it
you do
hurt Norda
recognize-
when I did it?
It's not comfortable, that's for sure.
But now we're blood brothers, sisters, brothers and sisters. Yes.
Yes.
siblings. The term you're looking for is siblings.
Blood siblings. Yes.
Siblings. Yes.
Siblings. Porthos is just going to sit there now and attune, let them discuss what he's exchanged. He's experienced enough weird today, and now the sword is going to make it even weirder, baby.
She lets anyone else get anything off there. This is my concern. Go, you first. Sorry, go.
Did the sword transfer work?
Yes.
Excellent.
Okay.
While we don't know how much time we have until this thing comes back and is quite obviously strong. As far as putting it on a comparison scale between that and Bale, at present Bale doesn't have his own religion following him, summoning him to us. So, while I do think Bale is a more urgent matter, I do want to put some things in motion for keeping an eye on more of the Peerless Gaze, in case they're going to try to do that again. However, at the moment I'm guessing we have no way of knowing if that's a now problem or 100 years from now problem. So, that's my opinion anyway.
Agreed.
I do feel it's going to 100% come hunt me down, though, at this point. It definitely,
Trust me,
So,
I did not
when
say
it
that I
gets
was
here-
just going to leave it alone.
when it gets here, we will know almost immediately.
Yep. But
So do we
Now,
know
does
any
it
more of
look-
the Ulysses are?
as I mentioned, I'm absolutely going to be looking into that.
Do we know, Cody, if it has to be summoned to Ultensia, or can it just naturally fly there like it looked like it was doing?
You do not know currently. You can do some research on that. You guys have a number of resources. One part Dream. There's also lots of other people in Ultensia that may have expertise about that. You're not sure, honestly.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing else to discuss, I do believe most of us are pretty tapped.
Hmm?
And by tapped, I mean it's time to go to the tap and time to drink.
Before we go, do we know what we're doing with these books?
Holding them for
Well,
ransom.
yes. What? Why? He asked. We turn them in. We get paid.
As
yes?
I mentioned, they are now much more valuable, given what we lost and that we did happen to get in right before the building went down. More dangerous than he led us to believe it was going to be, and now there's genuinely no other way for anyone else to try. So I'm going to need a better price than he was willing to give us.
And if he does not give it, then we are stuck with merchandise that no one else wants because it was not requested by anyone else.
Do you think he's the only shop owner we know? We'll just go to a different vendor.
It seemed like he had some very specific reasons for these books.
It did. I'm hoping that he'll want them enough. And if not, again, we can go to somewhere else to get paid. There are book collectors in town. We may find who he was trying to sell them to and cut out the middleman altogether. There's a lot of options. He didn't give us a time limit.
You do not like him, do you?
No, I liked him plenty until he sent us into a building that could have eaten us all alive.
Do you think he knew
You
that?
think he knew?
Yes, of course he did.
Of course.
He knew exactly the dangers of that place. The only real dangers we ran into, other than the Peerless Gaze themselves and that sort of area, were the traps and triggers and tricks that we are all smart enough to handle. But he said he'd sent many people who had failed. He knew exactly how dangerous it was. This was a risky job that several had failed.
To be fair, the things that really kicked our asses were the cultists, which I do not think he knew about, and the little vacuum chamber that was 100% of our making.
I mean, he knew about the cultists, but he had not seen them summon giant tentacle monster out of the
Yeah,
ground.
This is true.
I think
And
he knew about
I think he
Also-
knew
the
about the
monster.
cultists.
Also, the books. Nobody made it farther than we did because we were the only ones to get the key and were
Yeah.
able to actually get into that area. So, I think the information he withheld was how difficult it would be to get the books themselves because he couldn't have known what was on the other side. And what he withheld was the god there, whatever that thing was that they worship. He probably had more information on that, but do I think that he knew that a giant tentacle thing was going to come out of the ground? I don't think so, unless the deception was to make you do something good, in which you did something very good today, Cosmo. Very, very good.
She just looks at you like, my point still stands. They're a
I
much
mean,
larger bargaining chip if they can get us more armor, information, funding, safety for the next mission than they would have previously. Willing to barter with that.
I leave you with the bartering. I do the hack and slashing. I trust you with whatever judgment you make. Just don't go in there thinking the man was trying to kill us. There's better ways of him trying to do that.
True.
That is all.
I also have 2 copies of the same exact book. Just one's, real. So, could always do something with that.
I was trying to look for a way to copy them before we handed them off, not because I wanted to sell them, because it is curious to me that he picked exactly these books. Either he has a very specific clientele, or weird plans. But either way, that's a very specific list of books in a library that contained multitudes. Either way.
Seems a bit odd.
A bit odd that he was asking for these and not the book they were using to summon the tentacles.
Perhaps he already has tentacles of his own and does not need to summon.
I mean, he's a snake. He's one big tentacle.
Well, there you go. What would he do with 5?
Same thing you do as one,
Just 5 times.
with 5 different people.
Or one person.
Just 5 different spots.
And you get mad at me. Come on.
I didn't get mad at you! But yes, so yeah, she's to make it clear, she does not think that he was trying to kill us and just like end. He needs adventurers to bring him these things. I think the risk of what we run into, and definitely what we came out of it with, as far as no one else can go, it is now gone, all of this whatever is gone, makes them ultimately more expensive. And like, yeah.
Is there an planar like threat division inside of Dream?
Yes.
I feel like you should tell them.
Yep. That's absolutely why I just came here immediately. I know exactly
And
who
also
to
ask them
disseminate
for
things to.
payment.
I get.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't pay for tips from their own agents. It's just I get to take shit like this broken fucking relic.
Oh no, they pay for taking care of incursions, correct?
I mean, they pay my rent,
Oh,
pretty
okay.
much, and food. Like
That is important.
I think my bar tab is coming from.
All of Ultensia pays my rent
There you
because
go.
I live in a sewer.
Well, that's your choice. I've offered you so many times to find you a better place to stay.
I like to feel the heartbeat of the city through the
No.
sewer.
Oh, good. Well, now you can feel it twice. She points to your sword. You feel it twice.
So many heartbeats going on right now.
That's
It's
terrifying.
perfect.
That's what you do with 5 tentacles. Just all the heartbeats. Are we? Are there other pressing matters we to discuss here, or are we going to go drink all of this stress away?
That part. Yes.
Right.
I think it's about time.
To the bar. Goodbye, Bill. Goodbye, Bill. Goodbye, Bill.
I will. She lets all of you out of the debriefing room before. She said, I'll meet you all there in a little bit. I am going to disseminate some information. She closed the door back when it's just her.
So you're not escorting them out.
I called one of the agents to escort them out. It's if I know that they have someone with them, it's okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that
Sounds
is
good.
that okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
Much easier to be
yeah.
escorted out than to be escorted in.
That's
While
fine.
they're leaving.
Yeah.
Like,
Those of you that are on your way out of Dream, please make me an insight check.
unless I've just sent them all to die by accident.
God, I hate it here.
16.
7.
Any benefit for having been here many times before?
Sure, I'll give you advantage on that.
A 10 for Porthos. Oh, 11. My bad. 11.
19.
Okay.
Pixie, that bottle looked so big. For a second, it looked like a whole wine bottle. I was like, damn.
It's been a hard fight.
It's been a rough day. It's been a rough day.
16 and 19, as you guys are walking out, the agent that is escorting you, Leonard, is he's a solid research guy. You guys are making your way out, and you're passing by a room or a little bit of a short hallway. There's a small series of rooms. Jen, you know that it's normally louder there. And it is real quiet. Norda, you having not been here before, purely pick up on the discomfort that Leonard, like, he's noticed, and it has unsettled him. And he's not stopping, but he's definitely like, what's happening there? I don't, huh? But he's going to get you guys out of the office first before he comes back.
Okay.
As Cosmo is still in her debriefing pod there, she speaks to the room as a whole. Says, "This is Agent Cosmo, officially opening up investigation of the cult of the Peerless Gaze. We're not aware of them existing until a contact in town mentioned them a couple of days ago, and since then we have encountered and dealt with many of them in a very personal way. They seem to have access to texts and rituals and religion and scripture that allow them to summon something through a breach in the space that should be very dangerous to all of Hortensia if that's allowed to continue. I will be putting out feelers and beginning research and investigation into this cult immediately." Signing off, and she goes over to a panel on the wall that and like opens it, and this transcript comes out of the whole conversation with everyone in the room. It doesn't have names, but it like makes gaps, and these are obviously how they get records of, like, for research purposes. She can select a button to print out multiple of them if she needs to. She just takes the one, closes it back up so that she can make notes later and circle things and disseminate things to specific people if need be. But for now, it is a record of the conversation and a record of her intention to use this conversation as a jumping off point to find out more about this cult, hopefully before it does more of that. Because religious branch is her thing. And she feels like that is a dangerous power for a cult to have, or a religion to have, is just let's summon big things that are gonna fuck with space and time in Hortensia. Like, fucking dumb cultists. So she is making it a project to figure them out. And then she heads back out into the hallway to get a new jacket, turn in her relics, and then later meet her friends at the bar. Like she has to check in with here. So yeah.
As we slide past that room, Hilda, knowing that it's not a quiet space, is gonna try and catch, look, because she probably has a general idea of, like, maybe of what might be there. Try and catch, like, a nameplate or, like a door plate or a sign that would say what room, what part of a dream that is.
Yeah, absolutely. It's actually one of the ones that Cosmo was talking about earlier in the day. The area of sort of the precognition bit, or the people that are judging timelines, things like that.
So much worse. No.
It is quiet.
I don't like that.
Don't you love when something you throw out as fun and, like, your imagination, Cody, makes not only canon, but immediately turns it against you in a creepy, weird way?
Did I not
good
type
Dungeon
in
Master.
chat?
I
Did
love
I
it.
not type in chat earlier?
Don't give him ideas.
Give the DM ideas.
I know. I'm usually the one saying that, but it's fine. We did the same thing with Parker, which is how we have this noir fucking mini pocket in my new favorite private investigator. Like, so it's fun, but now I'm scared.
I'm scared.
Cosmo, later, as you are finishing up your basic paperwork, debrief, turning things in, all of that, when you are passing that hallway, the Department of Precognition and Temporal Anomaly, right?
The PTA, Precognition and Temporal Anomaly. I'm very happy
Works
now.
for me.
Yeah.
As you're walking past it, you do hear it is quiet, and people have been sort of rumoring about it. It's like, that's weird. I don't know. But as you're walking by, and there's a couple of like research agents, Leonard being one of them, you do hear one sound. It's a typing noise. Sounds like a typewriter. Old school fashioned typewriter. And you hear the make me a intelligence check just to figure out how much you know about this department.
Absolutely will. 18.
18. Okay. You know of sort of the room of precogs, and they have their whiteboards and they write things and scribble things, and they got sort of the big blue glowy head, and some of them lay in milk baths, whatever. You also know that there is one room that is normally the loudest, and it's at the back. It's down its own hallway. It's sort of this big room. And the people that are usually going in and out of there actually aren't scientists or researchers of dream agents at all. They're actually animal keepers. And normally it's very loud. And you remember very vaguely that it is a room of 1,000 monkeys with 1,000 typewriters. And it is just
She leans over to Leonard and, did one of them finally write Hamlet?
we don't know what he's writing.
She, if no one stops her, she goes further in to follow that sound and see what
Okay.
they're talking about.
You start walking that direction. You open the door, or do you slide open the window?
Is there an observation port of it? Are other people watching or there? Or are they all just fucking abandoned the area?
They're at the end of the hallway. There is a window, observation window.
But they're all like
Or you-
scientists and researchers, whereas I'm like an agent. So they're not.
Yeah, they're more they're
Yeah.
more they're part of the organization, but they're more research people, right? Desk pencil pushers. They don't go out in the field. They do great research, and they do have a ton of knowledge, right? Like, they're very helpful.
Yeah.
But they're
Same.
yeah, it's not the same, and they're less likely to jump in and risk
Yeah. Well,
life and limb.
Well, Cosmo's not. She does again to Leonard. Has Leonard followed her? Is he coming with her, or is he?
He'll come about halfway, and then he's like,
She stops. She goes, "Have the keepers been called?"
uh-huh.
Right.
They came by earlier.
Oh.
They said they've never seen anything like it, and didn't really know what they could do. The whole department's been acting very weird today.
It's enough for me. They're not dead, so she keeps going, and she would like to try to go in the room. Because if the keepers were allowed to, and they didn't end up murdered, she's fine.
Okay. Make a
Didn't like
are
that
you
voice.
going quietly or just opening the door?
Quietly, so as not to disturb. if I were
Cool,
writing
make-
something. I would, you know.
Yeah, make a stealth check.
Do I know this monkey's name? Any of the monkeys' names? Would we ever have? Do they have like? No one talks about. So Alfred did this today. Like, okay,
I mean, you know some of the monkey names in that way,
but not
but
like.
I don't think Cosmo's ever gone and
no,
like intimately met the monkeys.
I'm not friends with them. Yeah.
Right.
So that is an 18 in stealth, please, and thank you.
Okay. Very quietly open the door. And sort of half step in. And it is a large atrium. You know, it looks very much like a jungle that these variety of primates would feel very comfortable in, right? There are lots of food sources, toy things, writers set up on different boxes, some computers, many things that they can type on. And on the center of a largish rock, not the biggest rock, not the highest point, but in just off center, slightly to the right, maybe about 50 feet away, there is one dark-haired chimp who is sitting, his knees sort of up, his butt near the ground, and there is a typewriter in front of him, and he is hunt and pecking very deliberately, one finger at a time, letters. And as you look around, all of the other monkeys are perfectly still, watching, until the monkey closest to you realizes that you have come in the room. And then, one by one, like a wave, the monkeys turn and look at you. And it is a gaze of one part menace, one part the audacity of you. And it is punctuated by the slide. And you look over where the one that is typing has just slid the roller. And another monkey who won't take its eyes off of you pulls the sheet. And another monkey comes and loads the paper. And then the typing continues.
How much more paper does he have?
In this room, as much as he needs,
Okay.
as much as he wants.
What are they doing with the sheets they're taking away from him?
You can't immediately see. It seems to be behind the rock.
Do they let me start backing away?
Backing away? Yes.
If I took a goddamn step forward, they would not, though. I feel
You
like, yeah.
very much get the feeling
Not
they
gonna
are
try.
not interested in you coming any closer.
Listen. I'm reckless. I'm not suicidal. Like, God, like that's not the way Cosmo's gonna go. Trampled to death by some literary monkey book club. I'm not doing that. No, not the beginning of the monkey prophet and scriptures. I will not go out this way. So I will very slowly wait to say those words until later. I will very slowly back out of the room. And, No breaking eye contact, nothing, hands up. Very clearly reaches behind her to slide the door open. She does not turn her back to them fucking once.
Mm-hmm.
Slides it closed again.
As you go to close the door, the monkey that noticed you first has sort of stood up, only the third one to do so, and has walked slightly towards the door.
I'm gonna have nightmares about this. Keep going.
And as you go to close it, he catches the door and watches you as you leave until you've made it back to about where Leonard is. And then he'll close it.
She is well, that was, I think I literally fought a god 2 hours ago, and that was the most frightening thing that's ever happened in my life.
Are you kidding? I live next to like a dozen demons. This is awful. I would I mean, I'm willing to try the curry place in Helltown. This is, I don't ever want to go near there again.
Listen, Leonard, the demons have a code of ethics and rules and their own weird morals. We don't know what this is. This is the Wild West. This is, anything could happen in there. They're developing their own religion and hierarchy and pecking order, and
Oh God, I hope it's a Monkey King, because if it's anything else, I'm pretty sure we are in way worse trouble.
you don't think that was the Monkey Manifesto that he was writing? Have you ever seen
I
any hive mind or any sort of herd creature ever so unanimously rally around one single thing? Ever. Unless there are
mean-
dead monkeys in that room that have been beaten into submission for not falling in line, something is going on.
Oh yeah, I mean something's definitely going on.
Yep.
Cosmo, haven't you noticed? All the precogs are agreeing. And that is where we are going to end our adventure for this evening.
Why did I give you ideas? What the words I was gonna say, that I'm glad I didn't at the moment is, I would like everyone to be aware that one of the relics I currently have on me is the monkey paw. And I'm real fucking glad that I didn't say it in the room, or that they didn't notice, because I feel like I would have been murdered immediately. Or they would have seen it as a shrine, possibly. Cool. While you are all heading out to go get drinks, I am being scared to my very soul. What the fuck? Hey, are we leveling
really.
up, Cody?
We invited
yes.
you, we don't know.
Thank
Yeah, absolutely.
fuck.
You guys are leveling up. You
Ugh.
should have abilities for level 6 now. Is that where we're at?
Yeah, are we doing normal level like you said, or are we doing the divide, like, because we didn't do the pick one every session thing.
So you're gonna gain everything from the level. I do.
The hit points you want us to do.
I would like us to have a conversation about the hit points, maybe next week or sometime. We can talk about it in the Discord.
Okay.
I have some thoughts. In part, I think some things are working, but I also think they're creating some. Is it good tension? Is it better tension? More, less? Is it too complicated? Is it worth it? Lots of thoughts on those sort of ideas. And a lot of people that are here are not just GMs, but experienced players. And I would love to talk about that and have some feedback and things.
Well, I remember we have 2 weeks until our next session, so we've got time to
Right.
figure it out, because Cody and I are gonna be out of
Great.
town for a wedding. But we have plenty of time to talk about that, and we definitely will. I feel like, because that's gonna change some things. But
Yeah.
we'll be level 6 next time, which is awesome. I am gonna send you guys over to Wicked Game RPG, who are in the middle of a 24-hour game. A singular 20,
awesome.
like, yeah. So go hype them the fuck up. It's their charity.
Yeah.
So like they're doing great things. Like please go show them love. They're gathering they're fundraising of charity. They're doing a 24-hour game. They are doing great. So send them some love before we and then I'm ready to sign out, Cody.
That sounds great. Thank you. Yeah. Make sure you give them our best. We will see you all next time. But until then, be cool.